guys. So we're going to talk about intentions. I know that I talk about it pretty often, obviously. I mean, it's like the whole purpose of this channel, but the point is we're going to talk about strong intentions, how to really make the universe hear you, because sometimes you'll be talking and maybe get distracted, or just maybe the universe doesn't hear us enough, or maybe we're just not so intent on our intentions. I know that was silly, but seriously though, let's talk about real intentions, setting intentions, what it means, and how to do it so the universe hears you. So, the world, the universe, if you've ever watched my channel before, it talks a lot about setting strong intentions, but also healing. So the universe is going to send you through some trials and tribulations, not to torture you, I promise. It just feels like that sometimes. But we really cannot, and the universe itself cannot control the actions or intentions of other people. It can only read and feed into it and understand it so much. But if people have repeated patterns and they're stuck in karmic cycles and there's no helping them, then the universe is probably going to see that and warn you in some way, and it's going to not necessarily draw you away from your intentions, but it's going to set you up on something that's going to be even better and more so of what your soul actually desires, because sometimes we can want something that's bad for us, and that's natural. And we can't always tell, like, you don't always, you're not always, I mean, we would love to be able to read every single thing on the back of a label, but sometimes we're lied to, unfortunately, about things like that. And at the same time, we can't sit there and understand and know everything on the back of the label anyway. So I mean, it's really useful if you have that skill. Trust me, utilize it, because it is useful, because we never know what we put into our bodies. But that wasn't the point. My point is we can want something that's not necessarily meant for us or good for us. So it's important to understand that part of the intention setting too. That's the reason I bring it up, is because we can really set strong intentions towards something at the same time and it just not be for us. And I know that sounds frustrating. It's like, well, what's the point of intention setting if I'm not going to get the thing that I desire? I promise you, the thing that you're going to receive is going to be much more aligned with where you are, who you're with, and just the vibe that you put out. So that's why we go through a lot of this healing and situationship process, the karmic stuff, so we can okay, I think I should start reading this card because it flew at me again. So really, like, you're going to be invited into the spiritual side of reality. Like, something is going to awaken within you and around you, so you're going to be set forth on a stronger path, and it's going to bring you to this realization that you can set intentions into the universe and create not necessarily a dream life, but a life of your dreams. So something that you actually desire and want to manifest, like whether you want to be an artist, or you want to be a writer, a poet, a musician, whatever it is. Like, you can set these intentions and actually come into the right existence. I know that sounds crazy, but like, it's not something that happens overnight. And I'll tell you a lot of reasons why. And trust me, it really boils back to, like, people who are handed everything in life. Like, those type of people don't have, I mean, some of them respectfully do have the type of gratitude, but not all of them do. And so you'll see a lot of toxic patterns and toxic traits in their personality and the things and the interactions that they have. So I'm just saying, like, it's really important to actually go through the healing process and know what your real soul desires. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. Like, you'll just, it's not something that you can just hear and understand. Sometimes you just got to go through it in life. I know. But anyway, so again, you're going to be invited into this life. We descend so we can ascend. So we are a descendant of the universe. We all have this divine power within us. That's why alchemy and manifestation skills, they're useful skills that anybody can utilize. And it just really depends on, what energy you want to put towards your goals and your dreams and desires. So, like, I love you, but you can desire love, and I'm not going to tell you not to. It's important to love that part of yourself, the romantic side and the part that desires companionship. But if that's like your ideal in life, firstly you have to realize that you're going towards an ideal and not an actual reality that's grounded in reality. So, like, when you want to shift yourself towards a relationship, you have to go through the healing whether you want to or not. And that's just a fact of reality, because if you're not in alignment for love, like real love and being, you know, a passionate communicative lover or partner or whatever, like you really do have to understand there's two sides to this story. Like, you can't control what other people desire, what they want, and you know what their expectations are from a relationship. So you have to come into that alignment and grow up. I know it's awful, but it'll do you a lot of benefit. I'm not saying that you're a child, hear me out. But I'm just saying that sometimes we want these things in life, and the desire itself can be what's actually holding us back. And that will make sense for some people, and it will be confusing for the other half. And the point is you can desire love and not expect it or crave it, you know, in like a toxic way. Because if your expectations, and I saw this post earlier today actually, if your expectations are that your happiness is going to come from another person, you're setting yourself up for failure, one. And two, that's just, it's very selfish to put that burden on somebody else. So just try to understand that aspect of life and things will work out better. So again, the healing process, this, if you, and it's funny because we talked about relationships, I believe there's two snakes here. Maybe it's just one. I can't even see its head. But okay. No, it's just one snake. So, really, just reaching through your healing process is going to bring you into this alignment. So, don't have this expectation either that if you don't do the work, that you're never going to receive the abundance and the things that you desire, because you're going through the work at this very moment. You watching this video and putting that energy forward towards healing is like that's your step. That's you doing actions, putting in the work. So, you know, understand that everything is a part of the process, you know? That's funny. I didn't actually see this card. It's all about divine timing and progression. So it's not about the end goal. If you're stuck looking at the end goal and that's like your only intention is to have all of this money, have this dream house and this wonderful boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, lover, and it's what's actually holding you back is the desire. And it's not always that way. I'm talking about, like, you know, strong desires, like those desires that sicken us and make us sad, and you know, have these high expectations for the universe. And it's not to say that, you know, you can't bring yourself into that sort of alignment, but it can have some of its toxicity attached to it. So just understand that part of intention setting, and you'll learn how to set stronger intentions and be in alignment with the universe around you too, so you're not expecting, you know, somebody to basically worship you, because that sort of thing is not going to work out for you in the long run. So yes, we can be desirable, but if your efforts are going towards like this one-sided idea of things, whether it be love, money, or whatever, like if it's all one-sided and completely selfish, then there's going to be some rockiness to it. First of all, maybe you'll get that intention. I'm not saying that you won't, but I'm just saying it's going to be a rocky journey, and you'll probably end up still learning the lessons later on in life, but it's going to be rocky. So if you want a smoother process to intention setting, then you're in the right place. So, you know, just journal. First of all, how many times have I told you to journal this week? Actually, I think it's only been once. So, you know, get yourself a journal. I'm a pyromaniac. I know that I look cute in pink today, but I like burning things. And I'm a witch. So, my thing is I'll do this, you know, before streams, and I promise you it works. Maybe it's not gonna get me like 50 viewers or a bunch of, subscribers or whatever, but I clearly do this on the reg. If you can see all these ripped out sheets, I like to set my intentions down. I like to put some gratitude down on my piece of paper too, and I just say, like, so mote it be, or I'll put a little sigil or something, and then I'll roll it up, kiss it, and then roll it up, and then I burn it. I know I'm ritualistic, but it's a part of my process. Your process is going to be different. I'm not saying that you got to, put on lipstick, unless you want to. I don't know. And kiss the piece of paper and do all of this ritualistic stuff. Like, you don't have to be that set on the ritual aspect of intention setting, but it helps. It really helps the universe understand what you want and what's going to bring you more joy. But it's also going to help the universe plan out these steps for you so you can have all of these things attract towards you. So when you're intention setting, you're basically magnetizing yourself for the reality that you want. And so you're going to bring yourself into alignment by being focused on that journey and by being focused on the steps, the progression aspect of life too, because it's about the process. And I don't know if you've ever seen these. I don't know. There's different ways to describe it. Your path is not going to be straight up. It's going to be all kinds of zigzags, and you're going to learn through your mistakes. No, we don't have to learn everything from our mistakes. Like, we don't have to fail in order to learn. We can learn from the mistakes of others, but that really is going to depend on you and your idea of learning. So be respectful about that aspect too, because that's going to bring you a lot more like focused and chill energy about like this whole entire thing, because it can get messy, it can get chaotic, and we never know when we're going to be overthinking something, because I know as a Virgo that I love to overthink, unfortunately. I've grown out of a lot of that because, I kind of like snapped myself and be like, hey, none of this is actually happening. You're just making all this up in your head and putting all these fears and ideas in your head, and you're psyching yourself out for failure. So don't do that to yourself, because it's not fun. It really isn't. So, okay, now that we got that out of the way, the intention part is, the writing and the rituals are very important, but your idea of rituals can even boil down to you going through the process every day, like waking up at a certain time and doing these things every single day, like, getting your coffee, waking up, going for a run, and just like setting yourself up for success. That is ritualistic. That is going to put you on the right journey. You just got to know that, you got to be managing your own time as well, because you can't just do everything at once. Like, you can, don't get me wrong, but you're going to spread your energy out into these multiple things. So if that's what you want to do, that's cool too. Because, like, if your journey is health, love, and, happiness, money, all of these things all at once, then that's totally feasible. I'm not saying that it's not. You just got to give yourself more time to grow into the things that you're trying to accomplish, and give yourself the time and the understanding that, it is a process, and that will make things much smoother in your head first off, and then smoother in life, because you have this knowing that you are working towards your goals. And there is something really calming about actually understanding and living that truth, because we can know that we're working hard every day and not see it. Like, when we finally get the chance to step back, then we can see these things happening for us, but it's not always true. Like, sometimes we get caught up in work. Sometimes we get caught up in the things going on in our life or our family, and so we get distracted. And that's a part of being a human. I know. It's so frustrating being a human, but it's okay. Yep, that was your sign to drink some water. And every time there's a full moon, I make full moon water. And again, it's not necessary. Like, if you don't want to put your crystals. I really don't understand who wouldn't want to do this because it's just so fun. But like, if you don't want to go outside and get your jars, cleanse them, fill them with filtered water, and then put them under the moonlight and howl naked at the moon. Um, you don't have to do that. It's just, it's for some of us and it's not for all of us. But the thing is having fun and enjoying the process is a very big part of intention setting. So if you really want to set something strong for yourself, like go through the process of healing, intention setting, and the ritual aspect. But make the rituals like something that you'll actually enjoy and that's going to align you towards what you're trying to accomplish. So if you're trying to be a writer, make yourself write every day at a certain time, and that is a ritual. If you don't understand what a ritual is, it's really about repeating processes. So like when you're repeating processes and you're trying to set yourself up for a standard in life, those repeated processes become a ritual. So it's something that you start living versus something that you start doing, because the doing aspect is cool, and yeah, you're putting the effort in and all of that, but it can be draining. It can be mentally draining sometimes if you're knowing that you're working hard 24/7 and you're stressing yourself out. Maybe that doesn't completely make sense, but my point is if you're trying to like accomplish everything by doing everything and not enjoying the things that you're doing, then it's not going to be very beneficial, because one, you're going to be probably frustrated or just unhappy about the things that you're doing. And you can alleviate so much stress by just understanding the ritual is changing your mindset into something where it's not necessarily something that you have to do every day. It's something that you do every day. I know that it sounds simple and complicated at the same time, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's just going to put you towards like, enjoying the things that you're doing, because that if you're not enjoying the things that you're doing, then I don't honestly understand what you're doing it for, because if you're not happy, then that's the ultimate goal in life, is to be happy. And maybe not everything is going to be happy and glitz and glamour and light, because I'm not a toxic positivity person. I know sometimes I may not seem that way, but I have my own dark elements too. Sometimes I'm pretty gothed out. I'm not always pink. I'm usually actually not very pink, even though my chair's purpley pink. Believe it or not. But the thing is if you start actually enjoying the process, the rituals become a part of your everyday life, and it's not something that you have to even think about doing, so you don't become stressed about it. And it's just something that you do. I know. Whoa. Mind blowing. It's not that mind blowing, but it's going to set you up for strong intentions. So if that's your goal, is to start making stronger intentions, then set yourself up for happiness and success. And by doing that, you will come into alignment. And I know that this sounds a little vague in general, but it's the point, because it's not going to this is for everybody. This isn't going to work. Like my rituals, me howling at the moon naked, isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. I don't know why, but it's just not. So do things that make sense to what you're trying to accomplish, and make those your rituals, because that is magic. It may not feel like it at first. It may feel just like everyday life, but I promise you, everything is energy. And if you understand that everything is energy, then you can magnetize yourself towards attracting the things that you want. And that is really the only point I really had for this video, unfortunately. So I hope you enjoyed it. And that you know how to set these intentions up stronger. And if you have any questions, because I know the this wasn't completely what you wanted to hear about intention setting, because sometimes when we're like wanting to manifest, we just want this secret code to life, and I get it, I really do, but that is the secret code. All of this was the secret code to life, okay? So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and please don't forget to hit that like and thumbs up button, because it really helps me out in the algorithms and my growth. So if you want more content by me, I'm just kidding. No, I'm going to continue making content regardless. But I love you guys. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Bye.